composition of function. What's the meaning of composition of function? If you have in the previous lesson, we say that we may have two functions that they are added, and also it can be subtracted, multiplied, and divided. Now today, I can combine between these two functions by something we call this composition of function, and I can write it as function of f of g of x. This one, it means f of g of x. Now, as an example, if f of x here is x squared plus 3, and g of x is square root of x. Yes? Yes. Did you see the slides? The other. ايش في اليوم يا الله؟ هلا شو في اليوم؟ طب أنا عاملة شير. هلا خلص تمام خلص اوكي. Now, so here now we see that f of x, yes, eh? No one are waiting here. Yes, please. I'm waiting you. So now, f of x now is x squared plus 3, and g of x is its square root of x. Now, I want now to find f of g x. How can I find it? Now, f of g x is f of g of x. So, f of x is x squared plus 3, and f of y, as an example, it is y squared plus 3. What about f of g x? If you have x, it will be x squared. And if you have y, it will be y squared. And if you have g of x, it will be g of x squared plus 3. So, it is g So it will be g of x squared plus 3. I will repeat why. Here, as you see, we have x squared plus 3 because it is f of x. What about if it is f of g x? It will be g of x squared plus 3. Then, this is the first step. Then the second step now. But g of x is square root of x. What about g of x squared? It will be square root of x squared plus 3. Then square roots cancel the square, so it will be x plus 3. Is it clear? Grade 11, 12. Okay. Now, let f of x equal square root of x, and g of x is x cubed plus 1. Find f of g at 2. Let's do it. Now here, the first step, I have to find g of 2. Let's find it here. G of 2 is 2 cubed plus 1. So it is 2 cubed is 8 plus 1 is 9. So now it will be f. Now instead of writing g of 2, I have to write 9. Then it have to be f of 9. I will back here now. F of 9 is the square root of 9, which is positive or negative 3. I'm sorry. It will be 3 only, which is 3. Now, let's do B as an example now. G of F4. The first step, I have to find f of 4. Let's find it here. F of 4 is the square root of 4, which is 2. So now f of 4 is 2. Then I have to find g of, but now instead of writing f of 4, I have to write 2. So it will be g of 2. G of 2, I have to back here. It's 2 cubed plus 1, which is 9. So the answer here is 9. Let's find D. Now D. G of 0. Now G of 0, the first step, I have to find G of 0. G of 0 is 0 cubed plus 1, which is 1. Now G of 0, I mean G of 1, it will be 1 cubed plus 1, which equals 2. Now where is Lana? Lana, I want you please to solve F. F. Yes. No, just tell me. Write F. Tell me what to write. Okay. Three. Bravo. Cubed plus 1. Thank you. Where's Sadan? 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 It's okay. Let's choose. Where's Sima? Okay, Sima. Where's the slash? Please, yeah. Yes, Sima. I want you to solve C. It is f of 16. Okay. Which is 4. Bravo. Then, thank you so much. Now, thank you, Sima. Now look here. If we have now f of x is a 3x squared minus 5. I want now to find f of x plus h minus f of x over h and simplify it as much as possible. Now, let's start with the first one. F of x is 3x squared, but f of x plus h, it will be 3x plus h squared minus 5. This is for what? For f of x plus h. Then minus, this is the first term. Now minus 3x squared minus 5. This is for f of x only over h. Then 3x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. I multiply x plus h times x plus h. Minus 5 now. Minus, I will use the distributive property. So it will be minus 3x squared plus, because my negative times negative is plus 5 over h. Now, it will be 3. I will distribute the 3 on each term. So it will be 3x squared plus 6xh plus 3h squared minus 5 minus 3x squared plus 5 over h. Then 5 cancel negative 5. 3x squared minus 3x squared cancel each other. So the final answer is 6xh plus 3h squared over h. Then I will take h as a common factor. So it will be 6x plus 3h over h. Why I took the h as a common factor? To cancel it with the denominator. So the final answer now is 6x plus 3h. And I can write it also بس just that. Is it clear? Okay. Where's ملك؟ يلا يا ملك. زمان عن صوتك. يلا f of x is 1 over x. Okay, I want you now to find f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Simplify it as much as possible. Let's start. يلا. Plus h. لجين ما تساعديها. Over h. Thank you. 10. So, okay, how? So x minus x plus h over okay over h. Then here, as you sorry, 1 minute. If you remember that if you have 1 over a over b, I can write it as 1 over ab. I multiplied the denominator. So Malak here, she will do the same. She will say that x minus x plus h over, yes Malak? Times h. Okay, thank you. I will stop here. Okay, now if you have g of x, it's the square root of x. Now I want you to find g of 5 as I want to choose Tala. Tala, how are you, Tala? Yalla, Tala. I want you to solve C. Yes. It is 3g of 5x. Okay, so the first step you have to find g of 5x. So it will be square root of 5x. Thank you. Then multiplied by. Okay, thank you so much. Now, Nihad, are you here? Okay, Nihad, I want you to solve E. What? I cannot hear you. Okay. No, here g of x. Yeah, now g of x, it is square root of x. What about g of x? Instead of g of x, I want you now here to clear it. Clear g of x and write square root of x. So how it will be now? Yes. It will be square root. No, square root of x. See, Mahat, g of x, it's square root of x. if you have g of square root of x, instead of x, you have to write square root of x, and you have to keep the first square root. Do you understand that? Okay, now this one, it comes to be x to the power 1 over 2 to the power 1 over 2, because it's a square root of x. Like it is the fourth root, sorry, of x, or I can write it as x to the power 1 over 4. Okay? Let's solve f. Darine, are you here? Darine? Shahid Hisham? Shahid or Darine? Yes, Shahid, how are you? I'm fine too. Yalla, I want you please to solve f. Okay, here's the first step, minus x squared, square root of x squared. Now, this is going to be x and the other, which is no, the square cancel, yes, so it will be 0.